Well, we are going live right now, and I'm gonna tell you. Next week, I will have to have a break on this English meetings at 6, and then the next I'll be back. Okay, but next week I won't be able to do the meetings. So just to let you know before everybody else, and we are having some changes on our YouTube channel. So I'm gonna just share a little bit how is it going. So we have here in our YouTube channel some things important. For example, we are going to have free classes, live classes. Okay, so they are going to be free, but live. And then once it's finished, it's going to the members only playlist. And to be able to watch all these videos, so what's your routine look like? The power of questions, countables and uncountables, be used to pass in English and everything. You can check by R$7, R$8 per month. You can just subscribe to our channel, and then you can have access to, I guess it's already, we have 50 English classes recorded. And here we talk a little bit about our methodology and some feedbacks about us and the private conversations that we offer on the premium plan. Okay. So let's just set things up, and yeah, we are live here, and we're gonna talk about overpopulation at 6 a.m. in the morning. So let's see how it goes. As you already know, we are going to try always a new word in the beginning of our meetings, at least with me, so I can test it out how it goes. And I want to try this exercise. Okay, so we have, oh my god, let's check this out. Oops, just a second.
Beatitude.
Supreme blessedness or happiness. Beatitude. You have it in your power to raise two human beings from a state of actual suffering to such unspeakable beatitude as only generous, noble, self-forgetting love can give. So that's a good word for the day. Beatitude. Or some synonyms. Blessedness, beatification. Great. Very good. So you can do that every day and try, for example, Rosalia, Italian. You may try. I don't know how it's the Italian dictionary here on the free dictionary. But try to remember, like for your learning, to learn a new vocabulary every day. Yeah, it doesn't have, like in English, but yeah, maybe in the future. All right, so let's present ourselves. Let's get started. I'm gonna ask if it's possible to open the camera. I would appreciate a lot. Me and Rosalia, of course, and people watching on YouTube. Rosalia, can you present yourself, please?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, morning. I'm Rosalia. Today I'm a little worried about this topic because I'm totally in the black because I don't know almost nothing about that, but I'm here. I'm trying to speak a little bit about that. And yeah, I'm living in Joinville, Santa Catarina, south of the Brazil. I'm 55. I have been studying English for 3.5 years. I have been in CMT for 1.5 years too. And I'm trying to speak a little bit here today. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Very good. And being blind in the topic, it's important also to learn, oh my God,
Yeah.
how do I speak about this? How do I speak about that? Very good. Aldebaran, what about you, my friend? Present yourself.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Aldebaran. I'm talking from Dublin. I'm 32. I'm system developer. I'm married. I think it's that. I don't know too much. I'm using like a something my thing. Yeah.
I don't know how to say that. Really.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check. I have no idea how to speak that. And you, Leandro?
Hello, good morning. Sorry, my camera, I have some problems with the internet. Okay, guys, I live in Santo André. Is near next to São Paulo city. I'm 35 and I live now with my parents. I study English and now I try to study Spanish too. There's a lot of things to learn because I study technology too. I'm trying to get a job in the IT. I was a worker of construction buildings. For many causes, I try and change my area. It's new for me some things, and I study a lot to get this and improve my English. I guess is so important for this area, and I'm here all days, every day, to practicing to get this most fast as possible. That's it, guys. Thank you.
Very good. And I'm here as well as a host every morning at 6 a.m. Brazilian time to bring topics so we can discuss, we can practice, we can talk, and we can learn from each other. There's no right or wrong answers. You don't need to be an expert to talk about a subject. You just need to be respectful. You need to understand that you're not going to be corrected, and you don't need to correct anybody else because correction affects the learning. And we are here to guide instead, okay? And we are going to talk about overpopulation. So I have no idea what to talk about this either. Okay, Rosalia? So we're gonna try together and maybe we bring new ideas, but a good way when like I know Leandro has been doing that to come blinded to the meetings. So it's good. It's very good exercise. Though preparing yourself to the topic is also good. For example, if you go to YouTube and you try to find short videos about overpopulation just to give you an overall idea, that's going to bring you opinions, insights, vocabulary. You're going to practice your listening because you're going to watch something from like a TV news or something like that, or any kind of content related to the topic, and it's going to help you out. Okay. So yeah, that's it feels like geography classes, you know. So I'm gonna start with the definition, or trying to understand what comes up to our mind when we think about overpopulation. Brazil, or your city, or your family, or I don't know, your neighborhood. What is overpopulation? What do you understand about overpopulation? Aldebaran, let's start with you. I know it's going to be hard, and that's the exercise. It needs to be hard. It's going to hurt, and we are here to help you out.
Great. I guess overpopulation for me, it's a place where there are, like Dublin, there are more people than like houses. We have a huge problem with the house, and it's hard to find a place to rent. So you just can find some places far away from city center. Yeah, I guess that overpopulation is that when there are many peoples and something is basic thing is hard to do, like rent and public transportation. Yeah, I think I guess it's that.
Very good. Rosalia, do you have a different opinion? You go the same way. How can you explain that?
I think it's more or less the same way, because I think it is overpopulation is have more people than with less resources to. How can I say this word, that you support these people, because you need to have more food to eat, then have more people to eat the less food. I don't know. It's more or less that. More people, less support.
Yeah, I think we're gonna dive into this point of view. Okay, Leandro, and you, what do you understand about?
Yeah, that's the same that Rosalia said. I guess overpopulation, when you don't have sufficient resources or something like that, don't have a infrastructure sufficient to people live with a good life, or maybe it's more don't have resources for the future, next future, to support a good life. Maybe this moment you can support it, but I don't know if your word will be support if all countries become with overpopulation.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go definitely with all of you, and I guess overpopulation. It's like the world is big, but I think we do not manage resources pretty much. So I think it's more like managing things, managing money, food, housing. A lot of people, they don't have places to as Aldebaran said, in Dublin, so there are more people than houses. So so let's talk a little bit about the problems about overpopulation, and what problems does overpopulation create? Rosalia.
So much. I think now in the pandemic is causing a lot, because the people need to be at home, then increase the population because they have so much birds. And I think the problem causes is more about the don't have food sufficient, don't have resource sufficiently for so much people. Let's bring my mind. My mind don't bring nothing now. A little bit.
So what do you think when, for example, how many people live in your city, like an average?
Okay, I don't know certainly, but I think more or less 400 people. I think
400
million people. Yeah, 400 million, 400 mil, more or less.
400,000.
400,000 people.
So imagine your city right now. It has 5 million people
Oh my gosh.
from nowhere.
No
From
one.
nowhere.
Yeah.
So what can
The
happen?
people here live in the streets, don't have resource, don't have employee, don't have job for everyone. Then how much hungry is
Very good. Yeah. So like from nowhere, if there's no management, right?
don't have management for everyone. Yeah.
And then there's not enough food, enough schools, enough jobs, right?
Yeah.
Leandro, what does it create when we have like a lot of people in the same place? Overpopulation.
I guess overpopulation is when the thing is become more a disaster or is over. Is have a lot of people. If you have a lot of people in my places, I guess you is not sufficient. Not sufficient foods or places to live, hospitals. Oh my gosh. I guess the Brazil is far to get this overpopulation, like China or India. Is more difficult to manage. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Aldebaran, for your point of view, try to not bring the same answers. Try to bring something else.
Yeah, I think the problems this overpopulation created increase prices, the basically things, because it's offer demand, it's make the price increase. So it's like, for example, Dublin house, it's hard to get on. So the price increase.
Yeah, increased
Yeah.
a lot.
Increase out.
Increased a lot the prices.
Increase a lot. Okay, increase a lot. Public transportation, it's you not feel good inside, because it's too many people. Too many people. Yeah, I think that more people probably it's can buy basically things, probably meat is increase, so it's rich people can buy these things. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, I guess the lack of resources, it's really a thing. So enough food for everybody. I think I'm not an expert on food. We have a host. She's an expert on food because she has a nice startup, Gabriele Galterio. So if you want to talk about food and things related, I guess she will have like things to share. But not just food, but even in a big city like São Paulo, we have 15 million people living around the area or more, because we don't have just São Paulo, but it's like mega city with Santo André, São Bernardo, São Caetano, Santo André, and all of this, Mauá as well. So I guess it brings a lot of difficulties on transportation of people. You have inequality. It increases a lot inequality, social inequality. So there are some parts of São Paulo that people are richer than others. And usually people live in the suburbs when they don't have enough money to rent or to buy like houses, apartments, and place to stay. So it brings a difficulty to find jobs because it's gonna take like 2 or 3 hours to arrive. So that's why it's good like working from home, because it brings like this relief of not being in traffic or not being in a public transportation, even though here in Sao Paulo we have a huge structure about that, subways, buses, and everything, because it's a really huge city. It's expected to have that. Should be better, but it's, for example, compared to other cities, big cities here in Brazil, São Paulo is the best, even though it's not the best, you know. So it brings a lot of difficulties to live, right? To have quality of life. So, Debana, do you believe like living in Dublin right now as a Brazilian, moving from, I don't know where you were here in Brazil, but comparing the life you had in Brazil and the life you have in Dublin, is it better? And do you think overpopulation affects that? Like, I mean, in Brazil, did you live in a city that there was less people than Dublin or not? So I just want you to think about this and try to speak as much as you can to prove your argument.
Yeah, in Brazil, I lived in São Paulo, in the capital. I don't know it's capital,
Yeah.
but it's capital. Piquiri. So we have easy access to many places, but what make us, my wife and I, to move to Dublin, it's because it's a safe place, you know, and compare São Paulo with Dublin, there is overpopulation. We pay a rent, not bigger. It's another much more than in São Paulo.
Higher prices.
Higher, yeah, higher than São Paulo. But there are other things that we can have in São Paulo with money, you know, with the difference. So we put this in the.
If you have a lot of money, what you can't buy in São Paulo?
Yeah, maybe if you have a lot of money, really a lot of money, you can live in a place safer than that I lived before. But here it's everyone living in a safe place. You know, we have access to travel easy than São Paulo, than Brazil, easier than Brazil. So we travel a lot. Like last year, we went to 11 countries. So
wow.
Yeah, in Brazil, I couldn't like go to 11 cities, different cities. It's too expensive. Here, everyone can access that. So,
you can go to Santander. It's just
yeah, just Santander. Yeah, Santander, Mauá, probably Ubatuba sometimes.
Osasco,
Yeah.
Guarulhos.
Yeah.
A lot of cities. A lot of cities. Yeah. Just kidding. I get you. Really good. Yeah, and the safety feeling, it disturbs our quality, our lives, and scares us, and yeah, it's a problem that overpopulation brings as well. Not just that, but especially social inequality. But yeah, when we have a lot of people and it's harder. For example, here in TALKNTALK, it's still easy to manage 3,000 people attending meetings every month. But what if we had 30,000 people, 10 times higher, more than we have today? Would be more challenging, more difficult. And then you have to develop tools, process, and everything. Right? Leandro, talking about quality of life, same question I did to Aldebaran. we were talking about difficulties and challenges about overpopulation. How does it affect your life nowadays?
I don't know if I have affected because the overpopulation is more because the bad administration public of public service. But here I guess the same in that you say. Here is difficult with violence or transportation. Don't have a lot of hospital. If you have a disease, it's difficult to get a good service. You be attend, but I don't know if you survivor to have a good service in the hospital. I don't know, scholar. It's difficult to get a degree. Get a degree if you're a public university. It's have less position to get, less I don't know, vagas.
Spots.
Yeah, less than the demand of students. I have a lot of problems with service in population. Like Adebaran said, here in my city, have a few places to rent, I guess. More a lot of people looking for a place to live, and the prices are so expensive. Yes. I don't remember the words, but is it if you need some more cheaper, you need to go to periphery, and these because these have a lot of favelas,
Yeah, slums.
This have a lot of slums because don't have opportunity to get a good place to live, and this language is irregular, don't have good transportation. It's so far the because this is so far the good services is centralized in the downtown. This is, I guess, the most because the bad administrations by government, but because this the population is increased more fast than can I don't know for necessity, yeah, the services,
To offer.
yeah, they offer services. That's it, my opinion.
Very good. So you're doing a good job about this topic. Right? I was kind of afraid of how do we talk about this. So, Rosalia, do you have the same feeling that overpopulation can affect it? It affects the same way your life, and like thinking about today and comparing to before when you were like younger, because you have a different moment in life now, and I think it's better, than when you were like in your 20s. So the overpopulation issues, how do you think it affects your life now, and it could have had affected, or is it correct? Could had affected your life.
Yeah. Thinking about the past, when I was younger, you don't thinking about the overpopulation, because in this time every couple have more children than have today. Then my parents have 8. All your siblings had 6, 7. Then my father had 17 siblings. So much. Oh my gosh. My mother 6. Then my mother had 8.
I need
And now,
I need some siblings for me because I'm our only child. Can you follow
yeah.
this?
Then all my siblings have 2. Okay. But I think in the past they don't thinking so much about the overpopulation. They simple have children to help us in the work in the on that. But my life today, I think is when I have so much people, when I have to go to the SUS, for example, have one here in the another my neighbor have a SUS. Then I have a sex. I have a sex more without less complication to go there because don't have so much people. But I need to wait a little more for have some attendant. Then I think depend of the time, depend of the time of the year, the people trying to go more in the hospital than another time. I have a problem because have more people than doctor to attend the people.
Yeah.
And okay, I make a little confusing my answer.
No,
But
it's
another. Okay.
okay. Go ahead.
And another things, I don't see so much because I live in a neighbor. It's not so overpopulation. I don't see the people in the streets. I don't see the people asking for food here in my neighbor. But when you go to the downtown, it's a little complicated because have so much people in the street, sleep in the street, sleeping in all the place. It's because the overpopulation don't have a house to live, don't have food to eat. Yeah. And about when the house and you have more people than house support is difficult because I have house in the apartment to rent. You have a problem with like that because when the couple have 2, 3 children, it's difficult because in this building, I have more 7 apartments that I rent. Then when they have one couple with 2 people, 2 children, the another person living another apartment comply a lot because the children cry, the children have noise, make noise. That's difficult because I know when people are trying to find the apartment to live, and the children they have is a problem. It's difficult for the people. I found that, but for us, they have apartment to rent is difficult too because the another comply.
Yeah. I get it. I think one of the issues we certainly have when it comes to life quality, it's really understanding that too many people at the same place, there are 2 different needs, and with different needs, you need to cover a wide range of possibilities. And I don't know if it's really possible even with management,
Yeah.
So schools, like here I live in downtown São Paulo, so we have Chinese, Japanese, Korean community really by my side. how do you manage that? And like other Brazilian people from different background. So I see I'm really by a very poor side of the city and a dangerous one. And downtown in general is dangerous, especially the Sé area. So if you go to Catedral da Sé, you're gonna feel like you're living in the Walking Dead zone, you know? It feels really like zombies in there. So, and like the zombies, it's like people, they somehow they came to São Paulo looking for opportunities, looking for a dream. And then it's really hard when you don't have a support. I would say that it's impossible when you don't have people to support you, when you don't have friends, you don't have like imagine you go to a city, imagine Aldebaran, you go to Dublin, you don't have money, you don't have anyone, you're by yourself, and you don't have a place to sleep at the first night. You go crazy, just like the first day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think this point that you got, I think it's the main point, the overpopulation, because many people come into Dublin because there is many opportunities to get better than your before life. New York City is like the same. I never been there, but I think it's
Yeah, same
a huge
place.
city. Yeah. So there are many opportunities over there. So many people try come together to get a better life. These, I don't know how to say, but many people go Mexico to USA. They put their life in risk to try to get a better life. So these start become a overpopulation.
Yeah, and then sometimes we have people trying their lives. They are like my granddad. He left Portugal because of war. So we have a lot of immigrants, and in Europe right now, especially Ukraine, Syria, and with the disaster in Turkey, more than 5,000 people dead because of like earthquake. So sometimes people, they are not, it's not a choice, right? And then how can we, it's all about survival. So you move to a place, and then like, I know it's not your case, but imagine you have no choice over your life, and you need to move to another place. You just have and sometimes you just don't have anything to bring with you. You don't have a luggage to carry. And then we have people on the streets, and those people on the streets, we look at them like, oh, they are not, how can I say? They're not, there's a really good word for that, but I don't know how to say. They are not worth it. They're not worth it because they live on the street. And we look at them like, and of course, after some time, they start on drugs, they don't take baths, they don't have education. They do not speak English. Otherwise, they could teach English. So learning a new language brings you an opportunity when you are in crisis. When I was in crisis, I started offering physics, chemistry, math, Portuguese, and English classes private for exams. college or for public jobs. And then people started looking for English. That's the reason why I'm here, not because I chose English. Again, I do not like English. I don't care about it. But I had a chance, right? So, what about the opposite? No people, just you in a place. Are there challenges, problems, issues? What problems does underpopulation can create? Leandro, you're too quiet now.
A bomb in my hand.
Yeah.
No, okay. I guess I have more problems too, but no the same problems. It's different. If you don't have a lot of people, your problems will be, I guess, less than the overpopulation. But for example, maybe your technology, your scientific searches will be slowly. Maybe you'll be have a less services. I know many countries is decreasing your population. It needs some government incentive. I don't know. To increase their population, because the people have a good education. You don't have don't want to have a lot of child, and the government need to give some incentives to grow your families and pay for child. I know, I read about, I guess, Japan have some problems. China is decreasing your number of people in the economic model that you're planning in nowadays is for a great a big population. If decreasing a lot, this is become a problem. You need changing, because this is have some incentive to have maybe two children or family. I guess the problem principal many is because don't have workforce. I guess workforce to serving the other the economic things. I don't know. I guess it's this the many difficult. Yeah.
You're doing great. It's hard to be the first one to answer a question, right? That's one.
Everything is difficult. But it's the first is
It's worse.
because if you is the second, the third, you have some idea.
Yeah.
You planning something to say. Yeah.
That's why I like to change and randomly change who I choose first. Sometimes I let you the last, sometimes you're first. Rosalia, so what do you think about the problems of underpopulation can create?
Yeah, as Leon said, I read something about the Portugal. They help the people have more children because they have some preoccupation about the future. The people are becoming old. Then we have so much people, old people than young people. Then that's creates a lot of problems. I think it's for that they open the door for the people living there. Then now they are having more problem than have before. I don't know about that or not. but less population, I think it's have more problem than overpopulation. Overpopulation is so much difficult, okay, but when you don't have people to use the resource you have, will start to sobrar about food, about so much things that people don't eat all the food you have in the world. For example, it starts to a big problem to
start to have more than enough. You could say more than
you
enough.
have more than enough. You have a big problem. You have so much. Oh, all the resources you will have less people thinking about my problem. If I have less people than I have, for example, today I live to renting space. Okay, then I don't have people to rent this space.
So you have a problem.
Yeah, I will have a problem for that.
And then they offer and demand, like Aldebra said.
Yeah, I have more than I offer more than people.
Yeah,
buy.
than the demand.
Yeah, this kind of.
It's like it's like here in TALKNTALK. If we don't have people, we have nothing.
Yeah.
So it creates another problem.
Yeah.
Aldebra, now it's easier. What do you think about it?
I agree with the Leandro and Rosalia. It's for me, it's like that as well. We have a demand and offer, so it's like we have the demand increase and the offer decrease. So probably the price it starts decrease until it's like I don't know, it's have a match.
You have a match, you have a balance. So
a balance.
If it increases too much, it's a problem. If it decreases too much, it's a problem. So you have to match the expectations, right?
Exactly. And some months ago, I read in the news, there's a city in Italy. There, no one living over there. So the government pay for someone living in the city. It's like a ghost city, you know. So because government, it's a problem for government because they can't get the tax office. I don't know.
Yeah, taxes.
Population, tax for the population because no one living over there. No one pay energy. Go to the supermarket.
Rent houses, rent places.
Yeah, exactly.
Supermarket, right?
Exactly. Yeah. For me, is that.
So, in a nutshell, we can say that life is a balance, right?
Yeah.
So in every area, I'm going to bring a topic like this, balance. You know, we talk about different areas of life and trying to think about things up high, too low. So, a good exercise.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed a lot. So, we have just finished our meeting, and as you know, we have the survey here, and for me, it's for me and the TALKNTALK community, it's really important. So you can just spend like 5 seconds. You click, and then you choose like from 1 to 10 what you found about this meeting, about the topic, and if you want to add comments like, oh, I enjoyed this, I enjoyed that, oh, I suggest to do this, I suggest to do that, or I didn't like Philip because he speaks too much, I think we need to change the host at 6 a.m. in the morning. That's also a good way, a good comment. Okay, so all the suggestions are taken place in here. So please feel free to do that. And next week, I'll not be able to handle the meeting. But if one of you, especially Leandro, if you want to try it out for a week as a challenge, let me know today until 11:59, and we can make that happen so you can challenge yourself a little bit more, okay? And if you want to invite other people to help you out in the community, it doesn't need to be like hosts. It can be other students, other talkers. Feel free to have that, okay? So, Aldebaran, Leandro, Rosalia, thank you so much for this incredible morning. I was a bit concerned about the topic, but it went pretty well. It went fast.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much. Have a great day. See
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye.
guys.